Now, Vijay Mallya, the absconder liquor baron, is actually speaking in England. Let's listen in.
The assets are before the court, and I am in the hands of the court. I hope this will all end.
Is it true that you might go to India voluntarily?
Is it fair to say you're willing to...
Right, so that's Vijay Mallya, the absconding Indian businessman who is on his way to court. Remember, the two sides are submitting final arguments in the case of Mr. Mallya, who owes more than $1 billion to Indian banks. He left the country in last year and has been living in self-imposed exile in Britain. Today, of course, is the final hearing in the Westminster Magistrates Court. Both the prosecution and the defence will be submitting final arguments. The British Crown prosecution is, of course, arguing the case on behalf of Indian authorities.
Are you glad it's all over now? Are you intending to settle up?
Are you planning to return on your own? There have been some reports of negotiations with the CBI.
The Crown Prosecution Service and the defence will be making final submissions. And following that, the court will be setting a date for the verdict. The Crown Prosecution Services is, remember, fighting this case on India's behalf, that is the Indian government's behalf. A report suggests the verdict is likely to be delivered in September when court resumes after summer recess. Let's listen in to what Mr. Mallya just said a short while back.
Are you intending to settle up?
Are you planning to return on your own? There have been some reports of negotiations with the CBI.
Sir, anyone from your team has contacted the ED or CBI? Why don't you just make a statement, sir?
Yeah, tell us what you want to say.
I have made a comprehensive settlement offer before the Karnataka High Court.
Yes.
There are over 14,000 crores worth of assets I've placed before the court. I have requested the court to sell these assets under judicial supervision, pay the banks, pay all the creditors, so that everybody is happy. The question of stealing money, money laundering are all completely false charges. And now that the assets are before the court and I am in the hands of the court, I hope this will all end.
Is it true that you might go to India voluntarily?
Right, on the broadcast with us right now is WION's London Bureau Chief Mandy Clark. Mandy, what is the importance of today's hearing? If you can take us through what's going to happen as far as Vijay Mallya and that case goes.
Yeah, so today is, as you pointed out, it's the closing arguments from both sides. It has been a long and protracted court case with trials and arguments, deciding whether certain evidence is allowed or not. That has all been settled. So it's a chance for both sides to make their most powerful arguments for the defense, why the case should be dropped, and of course for the prosecution, why it should go ahead. So really this will, in oral summation, now the judge didn't want it in oral, and to begin with, she really wanted it to be handed as the written summation, but really the defense argued that it was important that it would be heard in the public. So we're expecting them to deliver their arguments. Then no verdict is expected today. The judge is going to go away and think about their arguments, and we're expecting another date, and that date should be the verdict in hopefully September when court resumes. But we're expecting probably a lot of court drama, a lot of strongest arguments put forward, but this is their final plea on both sides.
Right, and I can see there's a lot of activity in terms of media personnel around you as well, Mandy. This is, of course, a case that has caught not just the United Kingdom's attention, but India right at the center of all of this. If I can ask you, Mr. Mallya made a statement a while earlier. What was the body language there? Was he looking positive? Was he looking quite like he expects things to go his way? He has been handed out a couple of, let's say, blows by the court so far. What was his mood like, if I could ask you?
Absolutely. It seems a bit more somber than normal, of course. So there's been two court cases taking place in London. There's one looking at his assets, and of course the extradition trial, which charges today. So he's kind of lost a series of on his assets where they have allowed police to claim stuff back. But what he said today was an interesting kind of climb down. He said, I've talked to the Carnatic courts. I've said that I'll pay all my debts if they simply defreeze my assets. So there shouldn't be an issue about banks defaulting. So it looks like another way that he's looking to get this extradition and this cloud over his head cleared. It's the first time we have heard about it, so it's interesting that he mentioned it to the public right before entering the court. Certainly, it seems that Mr. Mallya is tiring of these court cases as well.
Right, and Mandy, of course, when we mention Mr. Mallya, the immediate question that follows here in India is about extradition, that in case there is a verdict that's handed out anti what he's hoping, the chances of extradition go up higher. If you could help us understand what exactly the position is as far as the possibility of his extradition goes.
Well, so if the judge decides that there is a case to be heard and he should be extradited, it doesn't mean that he will be on a plane anytime soon. He also has the Court of Appeal, then the Supreme Court, and also the European Court of Justice. If all those verdicts don't go his way, then and only then will he likely go on a plane. However, it does seem that he is tiring of this whole court cases that has been going on well over for a year. So he might decide himself to try and find another way to get a settlement, and so he can return to India. There has been speculation that he's longing to go back. So perhaps this offer of settling all his debts is his way of trying to clear these court cases so he can freely return and the extradition over. But certainly there's many.
Right, we've lost our connection with Mandy. I'll thank her all the same for bringing us that update. But before we move further in the broadcast, let's quickly listen in once again to what Vijay Mallya said a short while ago.
I have made a comprehensive settlement offer before the Karnataka High Court.
Yes.
There are over 14,000 crores worth of assets I've placed before the court. I have requested the court to sell these assets under judicial supervision, pay the banks, pay all the creditors, so that everybody is happy. The question of stealing money, money laundering are all completely false charges. And now that the assets are before the court and I am in the hands of the court, I hope this will all end.